Oh.
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 Hey everyone, this is Aunty Donna. This week's podcast was a comment on
War.
And what happens when two people fight and the language that we portray.
Ultimately, war is the bad thing.
It's pretty much the worst thing that two countries can do to each other. Sometimes one country does it to itself, like some countries have done that. It's called a civil war.
Tom, just when we come in there and we break character, put some piano music under this if you could.
Yeah, because this is so we're not just doing jokes and gags.
We brought it home.
That was actually a comment about civil war, but also normal war. Sometimes wars can be between more than one country. That's called a world war.
But there's also wars that are waging between cats and dogs. That kind of war is not a civil war and not a war with guns, but a war of words, and one where no shots are fired. There's no actual action taken, but a war of words.
That's right. But it's worth saying it is sometimes shots are fired in the war between cats and dogs. If a dog or a cat gets their hands or their paws on a gun.
And if their tail is some cats or dogs are able to hold one gun with their tail and another gun with their two paws, and those are called the super animals.
I just want to say this is a comment on all different kinds of wars. Some wars are between two countries, but they don't fight each other. They use other little countries to fight each other, and that's called the Cold War.
And the war is the bad thing, and that's and that's what.
It's no good at all.
It got a bit silly here. I just want to really drill down on this. So just for super clarity, there's normal dogs who don't get the guns and cats who don't get the guns. Outside of that, though, some cats and dogs get their paws on guns, but then there are the super animals who have the power to shoot with their tail, and that is the spectrum of weaponry used by cats and dogs in the war for cats and dogs.
There's also a lot of confusion. We've had some letters. People have written in letters and stuff, sort of mad at us for because we're not afraid to go there.
No,
yeah,
that's the big thing is we're not afraid to go there. When we said that our last podcast was about war, people were like, I'm not listening to your podcast anymore.
Stop getting political.
Yeah, stop it. Stop talking about
war. Stop talking about war.
That's what I'm saying to you now. I'm saying that to you. Stop talking about war.
Well, I'm taking a stand in the sand. I'm drawing a line that is divine, and I'm saying I'm going to keep talking about war. Sorry if it's a bore.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's left an imprint on me.
Well, that's a poem that I've written about war and my ability to draw.
We do just want to say, though,
that was another little poem.
That was a little poem.
Sometimes I talk in rhyme. It's not a crime.
Oh, wow. I've written a poem. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
I do not like war, particularly cat war. The dogs are in war.
And that was a haiku, I believe.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a Japanese haiku.
If you want,
I wanted it to be about a trickling river, but unfortunately, it had to be about war.
Well,
sometimes we can't choose.
About that. Yeah, it wasn't.
Sometimes we can't choose what poems we're going to write. You just need to let them flow out of you.
Aunty Donna.
Thank you so much for watching this clip from the Aunty Donna podcast.
You can watch the full video of this podcast at the Aunty Donna Club, powered by Patreon. Link below.
Or you can listen to the whole podcast wherever it is you get your podcast from.